Alright, so let's take a little tour of the server room as it exists on 328. Not much in here yet. Very clean. Except for this. Had AT&T Fiber come install their 1 gig service yesterday. Loving it so far. Now this rack in here is going to need a lot of work, but I've got something planned for that. Today what we're going to be looking at though is I'm going to be making some portholes in this wall to accommodate my PCs, so that I can have my PCs in this room and my desk will go here along this wall, and then one of the HDMI ports, which is there, will run over to the projector, which will be plugged in there. But that HDMI cable in that closet comes over to the HDMI port in the wall here. So you've got one port to the projector, one port to the server room. So anyway, what we're going to do today is actually install all the cabling through the wall and get that set up and ready to go. So here's a look at all of the things we're probably going to be installing today, or we're going to try to. I'll just start over here. We have, starting off, weather stripping in the bag. I'll show you what that's going to be used for later. I don't have the other item that's going to go with yet. Should be in Monday or so. Got a 35-foot DVI cable. That's for my main monitor, which will put out 2560 by 1600 at 60 hertz. Yeah, I know it's not 4K, but I'm not ready to upgrade yet. Got 3 of these HDMI to DVI cables. Those will power my side monitors. Got several little HDMI patch cables. Those will be used in my entertainment center up there. Connect everything together. Got a, I believe this is either a 50-foot Toslink cable. This will go from my main PC to my receiver that I use for my computer speakers. The hole saw, I got a hole saw set to install the portholes, which I'm pretty excited about. I've never used these before, so hopefully they work. They're a little smaller than I thought they were going to be, but this is them. So basically, and this is the package they come in. And you need a 2-inch hole saw for these. But basically, what you do is you feed your cables through. Actually, let me tell you this before I get started. They come with this little piece in the center here. But I found when I was looking at this earlier that a DVI cable would not go through there unless I removed this center piece. So I just clipped this out. Let's see if you can see it. I just snipped that piece right out to give me some leeway, and it looks like it's going to work. We will see. If this doesn't work, I'm just going to use one of the traditional single gang pass-throughs, but I really think this is going to look super clean once it's installed because it has this little porthole here, and it'll just be, clean on the wall. So we're going to try that. Got 4 of those. One of them actually is going in my old house to clean up a hole that I had drilled in the drywall. And then we have easy RJ45 connectors. Some of my cables weren't properly terminated, so I got some of these just to go ahead and finish those cables up. And then in the center here, I got 6 USB 3.0 extension cables. They're active extension cables, 5 meters. This will help bring my USB ports from the server room directly to my desk, and that should be plenty of bandwidth for anything I could possibly ever want. Because what I had been doing is, in the old house, is using a USB 2.0 active extension, just a single line, which then went into a powered hub on my desk, and that was running all my peripherals, and it just got to the point where it was not able to put through enough information to keep up, and I would drop items all the time. So anyway, long story short, yeah, I'm going to have enough bandwidth now. So yeah, let's get to installing this. Okay, so before we get started here, I'll take you on a little quick tour of my new setup. So like I said, my desk is going there. Server room is in there. I'm going to have all my computers and multimedia stuff in here. And so, yeah, right here is the attic access. So what I'm going to do, and as you can see, I've got full access to the back of this wall all the way down. So it's going to be very trivial to get to all these pass-throughs. So yeah, we're just going to punch a hole through the door, or through the wall, and run some cables. Before I begin, I'm going to show off my new stud finder that my wife's mother, my mother-in-law, and father-in-law got me for Christmas. And this thing is amazing. If you've never seen one of these, it takes all the guesswork out of stud finding. Basically, it's just a density reader. So like, say that my fingers are a stud. See? Is that not awesome? And I'm just telling you right now, this takes all the work out of stud finding. Alright, so as you can see, my outlet is right here. I'm planning on, first of all, let's see what the stud is. I'm guessing it's, okay, so it's going to be on that side of the outlet. So what I'm probably going to do is put the speaker port here, and then maybe the wire pass through on the other side of the stud. Let's see, there's another one right here. Okay, so it's right there. Alright, so I may do the wire pass through here and the speaker there. Oh yeah, another thing about this that's really cool, because I just realized I didn't have a pencil in the new house. Yeah, funny, imagine that. It's got a little pencil inside here. So they really thought of everything. It's really awesome. So, let's see. Alright, so I'm just going to make a little mark here, just to kind of tell me I need to stay on that side. Put my pencil back up before I lose it. Alright. And as I had previously shown, I got this hole saw kit. I'm going to be using the 2-inch hole saw. So let's go ahead and break into this puppy and drill a hole. Got the 2-inch hole saw loaded up. And let's just pick a spot and do the business. Alright, so I'm going to go about right here. Let's see, I want it kind of in the middle of the... Come over just a little. Make sure I got plenty of room. Alright, here goes nothing. Okay. Alright, so here's a little trick that I'm going to show you. Probably pretty common sense, but what I'm going to do for the back side is I'm going to put a regular drill bit on, and I'm just going to go straight through. Alright, now what that did is when we go on the back side to drill the other access hole, we'll know where to put the bit. Alright. Again, I don't want to, when I punch through, I don't want to hit the back of that drywall because that's going to be bad. And I think I may have anyway. Nope, I'm good. I didn't bust it. Thank God. Alright, so I've test fitted my Air 540s and they fit in there great. So now what I'm going to do is get those holes drilled in the wall and get some cables run. So I measured the heights that I need, and it's looking like I'm gonna go 1 foot and then another at 32 inches. Double check, make sure there's no okay. Alright, here goes nothing. Alright, so I'm going to start by threading the DVI cable through, like so. And I've got several other cables that need to go through there. So another cable that'll go through there is the Ethernet. And the optical toss link. Alright, so then on this side, I need to feed all these cables through. One trick when using these is to go ahead and get these little, the little wings, little ears. Hang on, see if this will focus. Get the little ears pre-drilled because they're extremely resistant. So go ahead and pre-work them a little bit. They should go in easier. Now I haven't actually done one of these yet, so I don't know how they're gonna react, but we'll see. All right, so let's go pull some cables. So now it's a matter of feeding my optical cable through. Like so. Followed by this big old hoss. Now I'm going to run, or attempt to run, these USB cables. Let's do this one at a time. And what a mess we have. Alright, so I'm just gonna kind of start combing these a little bit. untangle them a little bit and maybe put some zip ties on them or something to keep them together. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of zip tie at intervals. As you can see, it kind of keeps it together and makes it not tangle as easy, maybe. Alright, let's see if we can't get some shots down there. Some slack out. Okay, that's going through there, and then the USBs. Alright, so here's what we got inside. Let's see if all the cables came through. There's 3, 4, 5. Missing one. Yeah, there it is right there. Alright. Okay. Now the question becomes, can we get all the cables through here where they need to go? And I believe the answer is going to be a resounding yes. Alright, so I'm going to pause that for a second, come over to my cable box, or my structured wiring box here, and as you can see, there we go. My cables. Run, and I'm just gonna, right now this is a complete and utter mess. That will get cleaned up as soon as I get my server rack, so we just won't look at that for right now. Let's go back to this. Alright. Alright, I'm just gonna start feeding these. Feeding these through. Alright, so that is all of our USB, our DVI, our HDMI to DVI, and I think if we ever wanted to do DisplayPort, we could fit that. So let's feed. Alright, I think we're ready to do a drill on this. Alright, so now I just need to put the finishing touches on this side. And pretty much be done. Okay. And let's see. I got plenty of cabling on this side, plenty of cabling on the other side, so doing well. Okay. I'm gonna flip these little Gertrudes in. And then I'm just gonna try to seat this grommet in there best I can. These little things are not meant for this many wires, to be honest. Okay. And there you have it. Alright, here is a quick look at the finished product with the wires coming out of the wall and directly into the back of the PC. It turned out pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. All in all, a very worthwhile project, and I'll have more on my setup soon.